Hola a tots de nou des del plató virtual del Forum TurisTIC. Esperem que hàgiu gaudit d'aquesta pausa cafè. I tu, Salvador, has pres cafè?
Un te, sí, sí.
Molt bé. Real, virtual...
Real.
Genial. Molt bé, a continuació coneixerem un altre expert, en Simon Milne, que ja ens va acompanyar l'any 2015. De què ens parlarà, Salvador?
Hola de nou, Ivana. En un context on les noves generacions que són digitals estan permanentment connectades a les xarxes socials, de manera general, la tecnologia pot esdevenir un instrument immillorable de co-creació d'experiències i generació de compromisos compartits entre els visitants i les comunitats d'acollida. D'aquesta manera, els resultats poden ser satisfactoris per a tots els grups d'interès. Aquest és el repte de futur per al màrqueting i el desenvolupament d'experiències del que ens parlarà el Simon.
Moltes gràcies, Salvador. Doncs, si us sembla, escoltem en Simon.
Hello and greetings from New Zealand. My name's Simon Milne and I'm really pleased to be able to join you all today to celebrate the 10th anniversary of this wonderful conference, TurisTIC. It's amazing for me to be able to be here 10 years after my first presentation to the conference and to have that chance to be able to talk to you about some reflections I've had on how tourism and information technology have changed in terms of their engagement over the last 10 years. When I first spoke at the conference 10 years ago, I was very much focused on the links between tourism and community development and how the engagement with community offered tourism new opportunities to develop visitor experiences and to maximize the benefits associated with tourism. One of my key messages was that community will work for tourism if tourism works for community. By linking tourism and community more closely through innovative approaches to website design, through engagement of community and actually developing online resources for the visitor, all of these things can actually help link tourism and community more closely. Of course, in the last year, we have seen a significant change, a shift in the nature of tourism and in the very existence of tourism in some places. Here in New Zealand, we've had international borders closed largely to tourists for 2 years now. We've reflected on some of the challenges of over-tourism and also begun to realise, I think, more and more that not only do we need to engage community and tourism more closely, but we need to really place community at the centre of what we're aiming to do with tourism. We need to create a focus on benefiting the local population and thinking about how the local population respond to and engage with tourism in ways that we haven't done before. One reason for this, of course, is that tourism represents a vector for COVID, and many communities are now a little bit more nervous or a little bit uncertain about welcoming tourists back. So how can we use information technology to better help us understand community attitudes towards tourists? How can we use websites and other kinds of resources to help us and help community interact around questions of what are the impacts on our community economy, what are the impacts on our environment of tourists visiting us. My institute in New Zealand has placed a great deal of emphasis on creating decision support systems to help support communities and destinations and regions in their efforts to better understand tourism and to better design a tourism industry that will meet the needs of local people. So from my perspective, I think as I look at the shifts over 10 years, it's a move from integrating community into the marketing and product development dimensions, and now shifting towards how we can use information and communication technology to better understand community and their attitudes towards tourism in this new and uncertain world. I think whatever happens, it's clear that the role of information technology and tourism is as strong as ever. And I want to celebrate with you this wonderful 10th anniversary and congratulate the organisers on putting together such a wonderful program and such a wonderful conference over these last 10 years. Many thanks and again, best wishes from New Zealand.
Moltes gràcies, Simon, per aquesta visió tan enriquidora. I ara, Salvador, si et sembla, me'n torno a l'auditori, d'acord? M'esperes aquí? Perfecte. Fins ara.